Hey guys, what is up? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. So I had somebody comment and ask me like, how do I deal with my depression? What do I do when I'm in that state of mind where it doesn't feel like I'm gonna get out? So as most of you know, I battle with depression every single day. It's not something that's gonna go away overnight. It's not something that's gonna even go away in 10, 20 years if you truly have depression. It may seem like the world is ending, that everything around you is just crashing down, but I promise you, it's not. I promise you, I've been there time and time again, and I will be there and I will visit that place time and time again throughout my entire life. Nothing feels worse than when you're down in the dumps and things just keep happening. And when I mean your boyfriend breaks up with you and then all of a sudden it feels like he was never in love with you, that he can just move on so quickly, or your parents are yelling at you for every little thing that you do and you feel like you can't do anything right to make them happy, or you keep getting bad grades, or you can't stay afloat with financial situations, or whatever the case may be. I've been there. I know what it feels like for all of it. I've been through all of it. I know how it feels. So how did I deal with that? How am I still dealing with that? How am I making it through the day? That's like the real question that I was asked. This is how I'm doing it. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that it's not happening and pretend like I'm not feeling like this. People are gonna say in your life, well, just choose to be happy. Okay, who the hell chooses to be sad in the first place is the real question. Nobody. I don't know one single person that genuinely wants to be sad. So how am I dealing with it? How am I doing this? Okay, the way I start to deal with depression, I have a couple different ways I deal with it. One way is, I'm not gonna lie about this, I'm just gonna be completely honest. I go in my room and just watch YouTube videos and just trying to get my mind off of everything. And I just lay there. I'm telling you, I lay there for hours. Days where I don't really have much content, about 30% of those days, they're days where I'm dealing with stuff mentally. And that doesn't mean that I just got broke up with because I don't have a boyfriend. That doesn't mean that I'm having a financial struggle because I usually don't. It just means that my head is playing tricks on me again. People think that it's okay to tell people everything that comes into their mind. So if I was out in public and somebody was like, ew, you're ugly, or ew, you need that weight loss drink, then yeah, that's gonna mess with me because I'm never gonna feel like I'm good enough. And I'm not saying that in like a cry out for help or any type of way. I got myself, I can do anything I put my mind to, but when people seriously bring you down like that, or they think that they're helping and they're not, by you telling me that I'm ugly or that I need to lose weight or that I do that, it doesn't help me. It just makes me feel worse about myself. And then people are like, well, it should help you because you need to lose weight or you need to do this. Like, no. It literally just makes you feel like crap. And when you start feeling like that, you don't want to get help. You don't want to start eating healthy. You just want to say, you know, why am I doing this? What's the point if nobody's even seeing a difference in what I'm doing? And I get that. I completely get it. I get if, you know, you're trying so hard, you know, you're doing the dishes, you're cleaning up, and your mom and your dad is just like, you don't ever help around here. Why don't you ever help? And you're just like, and it messes with you. It's kind of like, well, what's the point of me doing this? So here's the point of you doing it. Because no matter what somebody says about you, or no matter what happens in life, or no matter what your parents say to you or what they don't say to you, you at the end of the day have to live with whatever you say and whatever you do. So if you cut yourself, you have to live with that. If you are about to commit suicide, you have to live with that. And you have to think about the people around you. People love you. People love me, and I know that. You know that. But sometimes for some reason we don't in the moment to realize that. It's like a movie in my head. I can relive the moment where I was trying to commit suicide in my head over, and I can replay it and replay it. And I'll never forget the feeling that I was feeling. I'll never forget the way that everything seemed to be working out. But at that time, I didn't realize how much I meant to people. In that moment, it didn't occur to me that my parents would be losing a child, that my sister would be losing a best friend, that my friends would be losing somebody totally amazing, that you guys would have been losing me. And I don't mean that in an arrogant way. I mean, I know I've helped some people. I know I have. There's no possible way I haven't. So to know that me not taking those next steps to kill myself and to not be here anymore is helping somebody else right now is what keeps me going. You can have the shittiest day ever and you come and watch my videos and that is what keeps me going. So what keeps me going, what keeps me alive, what keeps my depression down is knowing that I'm turning my depression into something passionate. I have completely turned my depression into something that I can express myself and use as a voice for other people. So what I mean by that is instead of sitting there thinking about why your life sucks and why you can't do this or why he did this or why she did that, just stop. And I know it's so hard to just stop thinking about it. And it's not going to happen like that. You have to start to do little things to keep going. Little steps add up to a long journey. I'm telling you guys, all of the things that I've done for the past 7-8 years have led up to me making this video, have led up to me making my YouTube channel, have led up to me doing this or me doing shakes and then falling on my ass and then falling in front of people and then, you know, rising back up and making this platform that I am now. It's all about the climb, honestly. If you guys have ever heard that song, which I don't see how you couldn't have heard that song, it's seriously the climb. That has been one of my favorite songs, by the way, like ever. I auditioned with it for, that's irrelevant, but anyways, it's seriously, like, you guys keep pushing, even though some days it feels like the world is out to get you. I get it, I understand. How am I doing this? How am I able to post this video, right? How am I able to talk about this stuff without crying? Because I have no idea. I know if I were to sit here and talk about it with my mom, I would cry. The only advice I can give you guys, life goes on. I had to get that tattooed on me just so every time things start feeling like nothing is working, that my life like is complete crap, I have to look down at my wrist. Okay, life goes on, always. No matter if you decide you want to dye your hair blue, if you decide that you don't like who you are, life is still gonna go on. And you have to go to bed every single night with that. You have to go to bed with you. Another thing that I do to deal with depression is I listen to music. Now, I know pretty much anybody that follows me knows I stan Black Bear so hard. Like, that is my idol. I have so many different reasons why I stand so heavily behind him. If you listen to his music and you're not like a stan like I am, or you're not like a huge fan, you're gonna hear him talking about drugs. You're gonna hear him talking about sex, and you're gonna hear him talking about addiction. He is not talking about specifically Xanax or cocaine or anything like that. Yes, he uses that as a context because for some reason hip-hop has to take that turn and we're using drugs as context for everything now. But he's not talking specifically about the drugs. In some lines maybe, but not in all of them and most of them. He's talking about an addiction and being depressed in about, I want to say 70% of his songs. He's very good for that, and you can find artists that talk about depression and that talk about stuff like that and just follow their music. And you don't have to do exactly what I do with Bear and, you know, become a stalker, but just channel your pain through music. Find something that really speaks to your soul, and that doesn't mean like find something that says like I just want to die. But Bear does have a song like that, but it's different. It's not what you think. Now, there is another artist that I've been like recently starting to listen to because I like what he has to say. If you've heard the Suicide Hotline song, I Don't Know the Number by Heart, that song means so much to me. That whole album means so much to me. He's talking about equality, and that is something that I stand for completely. I'm not one of those people that's I guess, women's right or whatever, why don't we all be equal? Like, instead of women should be up here and men should be down here, like, why don't we just level it out and let's just be equal for everything? Like, I don't know. It's just, I think the way to deal with depression is not through pills. I think the way to get over somebody is not through alcohol. I think the way to start to love yourself is not from validation from anybody else. I think if you are truly wanting to get better, you will find the way and find somehow to make it work. If you truly want something, you will go after it no matter what the circumstances are. And maybe it's just something you need to find within yourself. And I don't mean that and oh, you need to go get help or go talk to a therapist. In some cases it might help. In my case, I think it'll help just talking to somebody. And guys, I can't stress this enough. If you guys are ever feeling like you don't have anybody to talk to, or that you need to take your life for something that you don't even know could affect others, please email me. My email is tiffanyrvlogs@gmail.com. All you have to do is put in the subject like I need your help and just send me an email what's going on. I promise you I will not share with anybody what you've said in those messages, even if it's something that's really alarming to me. I promise you I will try to talk to you and help you through it. You know, maybe for you it's something that you need to find something new. You need to occupy your mind. You need to start binge watching something, or just take some time and go for a walk and just try to clear your mind. Listen to some music, draw, find something so that your mind isn't alone to think about itself. You know, if you're in school, do your homework. And I don't mean that in like, do your homework, kids, because that's what you need to do. I mean, get your mind off things. For some people, homework is a release. Music is a release. Walking around is a release. And I know, like, if you're in a neighboring state, a colder state, then walking around isn't going to be, like, the greatest idea because it's freaking cold. But I don't know, just try and do something. Exercise, like, start thinking about your future. And that doesn't mean, like, think about, oh, my future's gonna be crappy. I mean, like, go on Pinterest and build your house. Do something to occupy your mind. But that is how I'm dealing with depression. I am occupying my mind. I'm taking my depression and turning it into my passion. I'm fueling what's gonna build my career, and I'm fueling what I want my future to be about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys ever need any help, please do not hesitate to message me on Instagram, on Twitter, email me, you know. And yeah, so I love you guys so much. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We post videos every single day here, no matter the time. I love you guys so much. And I will be here tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day.
I want you to be alive.